Welcome back to Rimworld. My name is Pravculear, and the march of civilization continues ever onwards for the colony here that we're running with. It started out with just bar over here. And yeah, we're still on the hunt for space to, well, build the wall that should hopefully help out with the whole protection of the colony thing. And it's probably just gonna end up being a giant hallway of traps. The real problem is actually getting the land for it, and that's what these moisture pumps are for. So hopefully I can finish it up this video. Knock on wood, of course. Don't know if I'll actually get around to building the wall this time either. It all depends on the moisture pumps, really. Well, it looks like Pinda and Zevon are providing free medical XP to the colony doctors. Wonder when it was over. Oh, Zevon called Pinda Lotus. Alright. And I see I forgot to put in some new fence dates, so let's just fix that right now. Well, Lobov is having organ decay, right lung. Alright. Where is the detoxifier lungs? Well, I guess that got bumped up to the top priority. Enough. Zach? That's your job. And then Starfight base its research completed, and the detoxifier line is ready for Lobov. Lobov. Install detoxifier line, right line. And yeah, we're just gonna use the emergency response bots for this one. And it was successful, so that's Lobov taken care of. Now Lobov is confused. And aesthetic is the reason. You know, I don't think I've seen this one before. Autonomous, report for active combat duties. We've got hostiles inbound. Looks like the Metanoids have arrived. So let's go lead them into the turrets if we can. Well, I guess they're just going after us now. Go on, you know you want to. Yeah, especially since we've got actual armor now, for some of the colonists. I really should be building miniguns for my colonists. Oh, Bar, what's happened to you? Oh! That Minotaur shot off! Lobov, how are you doing? Looks little toe and down. Looks like they're beginning their assault. Now Minev is down. And can still fight, apparently. Right, so that batch of Machinoids are dead. Rest of the colonists. And I think this just became a turret issue. Pinda. Exact. How do you feel about going out to this batch of idiots down here, since I think the turrets might actually be having some issues? Okay, Mechanoids, go shoot the turret dummies and not the actual turrets. Or the colonists. Right, so now you've got Zach and Pinda over here. Also, you're shooting the wrong targets, you know that? Mechanoids, you're supposed to be hitting the cloth dummies, not us. Anyways, there's just one left over here. You know, Pinda got hit. Cycle her back. Okay, how bad is it? Oh, not too bad. Alright, Zach. See if we can help out with the turrets. Zach is not a lone defender over here. And is just using the rods as cover. Alright, Bar, I think you're good enough to go help Zach. He just has bruises to deal with somehow. I don't know how he's managed to take down at least one of them over here. Gee, I sure wish this autocannon was in range, but it's not. Now it is. Alright, so that one is just dead. And then there was 2 left. How lovely. Okay, Bar. Yeah, sorry for asking you to do this, but I think it's kind of necessary for the survival of the colony. And this is why I want a hallway of traps. Because if I've got a bunch of traps to deal with this nonsense, well, I'm not putting my colonists at risk. Plus, it will also catch the raiders too that are organic. Anyways, that's the Metroids dealt with. I'm gonna have to build some more caught dummies. Those were a very good investment. Well, my nav is gonna be missing a left ear, so yeah. Find a bruise and a crack from a charge lance. Yeah, we got up pretty light because of the armor. And yeah, I guess I decided to turn this area into a bit of a hotel. And we have our first batch of visitors. And this is the part where I realized that I probably didn't set the guts part up properly, so better late than never, right? My nymph has gone off on a daze. The final straw was recreation deprived. And that's Yttakin critically cast yet research completed, so that's straight. Pinda is off on a sad wonder. The final straw was supreme expectations. And we have a score of 65 out of that batch of visitors, and a gift. Sidekick, foil helmet, normal quality. Okay. Well, Zevon's off on a daze. The final straw was darkness. Well, looks like Pinda's lover is paying us a visit. And that's machine persuasion research completed. Probably should have had some hydroponics set up already, but oh well. It is what it is. The real question is where do I set it up? Yeah, I think it's just gonna be set up a bit like this. And it's just probably gonna be multiple of them. Well, looks like we've got a pack of fossil Simba Cub alphas. And it's just gonna be 13 of them. Lovely. Anyways, we're gonna bait them to the turrets over here. And recall the bots. And this should be a turret issue. Actually, start falling back. Oh, Bar. That means you too. Zach. Right, so that takes care of you. And that takes care of the pack. And we have a score of 100 from that batch of visitors, and a gift. 280 silver. And of course we have a pet out pack again now. Back to the wild it goes. And yes, I'm putting detoxifier lungs inside of everybody now. Mostly just to help out with the, toxic fallout stuff. Amongst other things. Zevon is done catatonic, the final straw was sick. Alright. Somebody go a haul in that LMG. And of course the toxic fallout has settled. And that Starflight Senses research completed, so that's straight. Onto the Johnson Tonka drive and the Starship reactor, and then it's the endless progress research, after that one. Pinda is off on a food binge. The final straw was supreme expectations. And we have a score of 94 out of that batch of visitors, and a gift. Double strand face mask, normal quality, and fire foam pop pack. Oh, Thomas, report for active combat duty. We've got hostiles inbound. Looks like the Metroids are paying us a visit. And they're headed straight for the dust. Oh, well, at least they're, at least we're gonna have the turrets helping. So that's great. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, as long as they shoot the claw tummies, they're not hitting the colonists, so that's nice. Even if they do hit the colonists, we brought armor for this. Of course, that's only effective up to a certain point. And that takes care of that. Well, there's one left. So I guess that was a bit too early to dismiss the... Never mind. We have a score of 90 from that batch of visitors and a gift. Start on Famed Badger and Snakebite Lover. Which seems to be a revolver of some kind. And we have a score of 78 out of that batch of visitors and a gift. Mastodon Leather Cowboy Hat, normal quality, and Birdskin Prestige Robe, normal quality. Well, looks like we got hostiles inbound. And, they all have shields. Thankfully, there's only one chain shotgun that we have to worry about. The rest is just melee weapons. Well, I guess this is the EMP launcher spam. Because this is generally what it's for. Along with some more auto cannons. And here they come. I think we can just hold up here. Since this is basically just turret alley right now. Though I think it might be a better idea just to sneak in over here. Especially since the turrets are starting to go boom. Just like that. And probably recall the bots. Alright, now they're fleeing. But not before taking out one more turret. That I probably didn't even need. Oh well, at least we can make sure they don't come back to bother us again. With lots of LMG spam. Speaking of which, can I recruit anybody? Teetotaler, Sacred Doll, Zach. That is your job to capture, Witch here. Great Memory, Jealous. Braddock. And Supermoon, Sacred Doll. That's a lot of things to be incapable of. Incapable of firefighting, cleaning, crafting, social hauling, mining. Nah. Bowman. Let's see. Great Memory, Supermoon, Sacred, Hypersensitive, Sacred Doll. Alright, capture and then, for prisoners. And that is gonna be, Pinda's job. Savannah's gone berserk. You three. Go deal with Zavon. Not like that, you goobers. Anyways, that's how you take care of that. And for those of you wondering, our prisoners have survived. So, convert and convert. Well, we've got a bionic leg now, so, let's replace the peg leg that he has. For Zevon. And by he, I mean her. And just a couple of emergency robots. Tier 2s should do the trick. Well, Bowman's done berserk. Well, I know what to do. Not like that, you goobers. I could have sworn I told you not to shoot. I did. Well, nice job. I guess it's just wish now. We have a story of 51 out of that batch of deaths, and a gift. Sealskin Authority Tap, normal quality. And Nancy Johnson Tantra Drive research completed. Zevon is off on a sad wonder. The final straw was genetic pessimism. And that's a story of 51 out of that batch of visitors, and a gift. Now, Practical Flop Hat, normal quality. Steals, Stealth Crown, normal quality. Metasauce Wall Sash, also normal quality. And I have a story of 70 out of that batch of visitors, and a gift. 6 medicine. Well, looks like we've got a defoliator ship to deal with. No Bob. Why do you always just never have a weapon? Oh well, I think we can fix this one. So don't pick up that excellent LNG. And oh dear Zevon, you need a fault kit. The problem is that I just don't have enough LMGs for a full kit for you. But I guess it will have to do. Yeah, we got a defoliator ship. Well, I think we're just gonna go ahead and wake him up and go lead him to the turrets. For funsies. Zevon! Really? Well, time to start fleeing. Yeah, just keep moving backwards. Well, above and down. I sure wish those robots would hurry up and attack the fences. Really, you're not gonna let Pinda eat? Well, Bar's off on a tantrum. Ravenously hungry was the final straw. Let's go see what's inside the cargo pods. A Practical, 100 cents to be exact. Zevon is off on a daze. Well, looks like Wish has gone berserk. And now, please don't tell the prisoner this time, Zach. Pinda is off on a daze. Anyways, that's Wish dealt with, and Zach can go back to whatever he was doing before. Bother. Looks like some of the warrior urchins have decided to attack. Oh boy, a cold snap. How scary. Well, the turrets are opening fire that I'm just building right now. Oh, Pinda. What are you doing, you dober? Oh well, at least you're gonna be bait for the turrets. Just so you can lead the metanoids into them, I mean. Minaf has gone off on a daze. Please don't wander too close to the metanoids. Recreation deprived was the final straw. Ooh, hey! Counterpart armor. Nice. I'll take one. Pinda, that's your job. To apply the tat print. Alright, Metanoid, time to just toast you out. Just so you can be the, turrets issue. Yeah, I think you're just gonna have to go back into the hospital at some point, Zach. I'm sorry, it is what it is. Well, fiddlesticks. Yeah, I think it's time for the artillery barrages. And some dots decided they wanted to join the party. Not this time. Come on, Metanoid, you can come out now. There's certainly no turrets behind me. They're getting ready to just shoot. That poor Boobalop. Yeah, I definitely need some better armor. Like that Catapult armor that I've been working on. Or at least trying to find attack prints for. Anyways, the turrets are opening fire, so that's right. Yeah, I definitely need to build a dedicated hospital at some point. Well, is this an unorthodox strategy to bait out the Metroids? Probably. Just using the cleaner bot as bait. And there goes the cleaner bot. I have no idea when they successfully converted the prisoner, but oh well. Recruit! Oh hey, here's the other counterfeit timer tech print, so hippity hoppity. Yoink! And apply. And I think this is the part where I chuck the counterfeit timer on to the list of things we had to research. Well, that's the Starship Reactor research completed. And Panda and Zach are having a bit of a social spat with each other. Well, we lost another cleaner bot to the Metroids. Oh well. Oh no, those poor traders. Send away. Seriously, they're trying to fight the Metroids? Oh well. At least the traders can be bait. Zevon is off on a days. The final straw was Helios Pain and Pina is off on a days. The final straw was Anima Stream. Alright, so one of the Centurions is dead, so that's straight. Minav is off on a days. The final straw was Recreation Unfulfilled. And then there was one. About time, too. Since it's day 298, and I think this started in, like, day 296, I think. Oh, well, I'm sure the, well, not to scare the last, Metroid. Destroy the defoliator ship so we can collect the loot. And get revenge on the, Anima Tree's behalf. And not to scare that. Well, I think this is where I'm going to leave out the video, so like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video and its playlist. All of our social media fun to help out the channel and the algorithm for free. Any fun to support your channel financially, there's a link to my Ko-Fi in the description below, or you can do exactly that for as little as $1 a month. Along with some other extra links that will also support the channel if you decide to support me through them. Anyways, I guess I'll see you in the next one tomorrow, so stay tuned for that one. Bye!